Welcome to round 9 of the MCC Classic, the final round of this over-the-board FIDE rated tournament with the 90+30 classical time control. This final round, opponent plays the Dutch against our d4, and we bring out the bishop to g5 to immediately attack the knight, not our bishop f4, which we play in the Jabava London. Here, opponent wants to fianchetto. We can already take and damage black's pawn structure. Instead, I played the more modest queen to d2 to reinforce the dark squares and castle long. Opponent fianchettos the bishop and play the flexible knight f3. Already had the immediate h4 or long castle. h4 to go h5 and start the kingside attack immediately. Opponent plays d6 to try and go after the center and develop the light squared bishop. Castle long, opponent castle short. And here we still have either taking the knight or h4, both as the top engine moves. Unfortunately, I play this bishop h6, trying to trade off the bishops, thinking that the queen will then replace the bishop, and then if we could get the knight g5, we'd have checkmate threats. But we don't have time for any of that. Opponent is going to hop the knight in g4. Then we have to defend this f2 square, as this knight is going to come in and fork our rooks, as well as our queen was under attack. Here, opponent plays the best move, pushing this pawn. Now the queens are in tension, looking at each other. Can't try and block this. Opponent's going to kick us away, and then take. We have to take back with the knight, and then they're going to hit us with this fork of the rooks. We have to play respectfully. Best move here to play is to take the queen on d8. Rook's going to take back, and we just have to accept that we're going to lose the f2 pawn, but get the rooks out of the way. So here we're just down the pawn, but don't lose the rooks. Opponent drops the knight back to hit our rook, so we have to take. Opponent's going to take back, hitting our other knight, which we hop out of the way and attack that pawn back straight away. Opponent gets one movitis and attacks our knight. We go ahead and pick up that pawn back to even material. They get still one movitis, attack our knight, but we can hop it in with a check. Opponent runs, and now we can take this pawn, reinforcing our knight, and this d pawn of blacks is pinned, because if they were to take, which unfortunately opponent does, they blunder their entire rook. In this position, opponent resigned as they're down an entire rook. Finish the tournament with 3.5 out of 9, so 3 wins and a draw and 5 losses. Great result.